masked in front of her because I have ADHD, right? And I don't feel like I need to mask around her because she's my sister and she's not fucking going anywhere, you know?
Good morning. Hi, my name is Nikki P, and welcome to my first vlog, I guess, for this channel of me kind of doing a day in the life of a 9-to-5er and showing how I balance my 9-to-5 with building my business at the same time. So I have just arrived to work, and I only have about 5 minutes to get myself inside the office, so I won't be on here long, but just wanted to say good morning. Hope everybody is doing well. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. And the birds are chirping, and let's get this day started. Well, hello. So, after a morning of some meetings and just a normal day-to-day task of what I do, it is now lunchtime, which is a time that I take to invest in my fitness by taking a walk. It's a little bit windy out here because I live in Maryland, where weather just be doing what she feel like doing. And it's really nice out here. You know, you see the sun is out. But it's a little bit windy. So if you hear the wind, I apologize ahead of time. But yeah, I use my lunch to invest in my walking. I set a new fitness goal for myself for this year, which is at this point, I've been incrementally increasing my steps every month. I started with just trying to get 4,000 steps a day, not including weekends. And now that we are in March, I have moved up to about averaging 7,000 steps a day. So that is my new goal. And that is what I am doing. I'm out here taking a walk, walking across this lovely bridge. Well, I have a thing for bridges. So it's not anything special, but it's a bridge. I like it. So that's what we're going with. But anyway, and this is usually a time that I try to just center myself. You know, it's a good midway point through the day. Try to give my brain a little rest. And this is usually a reflection time for me. Sometimes I listen to podcasts during this walk. Sometimes I just go all the way recreational and just listen to an audiobook. Oh, Lord. Definitely can tell the weather's getting warmer. Bugs just flying in my face. But this is a time for me to just kind of just reflect any messages, you know, that I have, y'all usually listen to podcasts from the time that I start work through the rest of the day. That's how I get through my day. And so sometimes the messages, if there was any message that resonated with me during my, through one of the podcasts, I tend to take this time to think about it. And so I think today, there are a few messages today, and I think I'm only going to talk about one or two so that I don't wind up making this portion of the video longer than I actually want it to be. But I think one of the things that I am working on is learning how to receive graciously. And that's a multi-layered thing for me, because I think that, like, when it comes to receiving compliments, like, I can receive like a compliment. What I'm not great at is when people are like actively praising me. That's different. If somebody just says to me, I think you look nice today, that's a quick compliment. There's nothing deep about that. They like my fit, they like my hair, whatever. That's quick. It's impersonal. It's okay. Oh, thank you. Good. So I'm good with receiving on that end. But if somebody actually starts to go in and praise me, really acknowledging like work that I did, that's a little harder for me to receive. And I noticed that I don't see myself the way that a lot of other people see me. And there are things that I do, not intentionally, but there are things that I do naturally that, to me, because it's just so natural to do it, that I forget that it's not common. So if somebody notices that about me and they say, oh my God, you did that really well, and I'm in my brain, I'm just kind of like, yeah, but I didn't really do anything. I'm trying to not downplay the worth that I have. Like, that's something that I've been thinking about today. And then the other thing that I have been thinking about is, as I'm on this this journey of like getting my business together so that I can ultimately leave my 9-to-5, what I'm finding is that I am discounting the value of having the 9-to-5 in this season of me working the 9-to-5 along with my business. And it's because I really don't like what I do during the day. So when I get praise, that's another thing that makes it harder for me to receive the praise, because I don't like doing this stuff. And I don't want to hear that I'm good at doing something that I don't like doing. Y'all can keep that. But what I realized today is that these skills that I have gained, or some that I already had, how they transfer to my business, and especially my soft skills. My manager said to me today, she said, Nikki, I really love the way you can just jump in. Like, you came in here and you just jumped right in. Even though you weren't familiar with all of the terms, you weren't familiar with this industry, you just jumped right in. That's a skill set. That's a soft skill. My ability to adapt and assimilate, those are skills. And those are skills that I can use within my business. And one of the things that I need to really make sure that I take advantage of is take that same grit that I use in my 9-to-5, that same, okay, this is what needs to be done, let's get it done. I need to apply that to how I do my business, because I am capable of doing it. So that's been those are my resonating messages today, all still within learning how to receive graciously, but also just knowing that I really can do this. As I think about the version of my life where I'm getting up every day and I'm doing something that aligns with my purpose, my values, this is literally my dream reality. But I have to really remember that I am the person, the version of myself that I'm becoming, a lot of her exists right now. And I can tap into that side of myself to keep progressing forward until I get to the point in my life that everything looks the way that I envision it to look. My life looks the way that I envision it to look. But I can tap into those things now because that grit, that ability to adapt, that ability to be able to figure stuff out, those characteristics already exist in this version of me. And that's the thing that I need to remember, and that's what gives me more motivation to actually keep going. Because this part of the journey, if I'm being real, this part of the journey can really seem, it can seem long. It can seem like there's no point. It can seem like this is always going to be my life. But that's not true. That's not true. I am able to operate in the season and be grateful for this season, because this season of working this 9 to 5 while I'm in transition is teaching me and helping me grow the skills that I need to really fully operate in the freedom lifestyle that I'm crafting, you know? And so, yeah, but I tell you, balancing the 9 to 5 while you working your 5 to 9, it's not easy, but it's doable. And I'm in it. I'm in this stuff. You know what I mean? I'm in it for the long haul, because this is my life. This is my why. Is I want to wake up every day looking forward to what I have on my docket. That is my why, and that's what I'm doing. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this walk, and I will be sharing other things because I have a few things to do today. This is not my workout day, so I won't be doing that. I'll have another video, don't worry. You'll see me in the gym sweating and, strength training and other things. But for now, I'm going to finish this walkout and see you in a little bit. What's up, good people? I have completed my work day, and after work, I went to the chiropractor. I do that as part of my wellness plan. I do that once a week. And Wednesday is my day to do more of a recovery workout than my typical strength training and cardio workout. So I try to take a day in between, a day of rest and restoration in between my heavy lifting days. So today I am actually going to do a full body dynamic mobility stretch, and I have a couple of meetings. So once I do this workout, I am going to eat, and then I have a call at 7. I am part of a community. I have a stylist, and once a month she hosts a monthly call. So that is this evening. So I'm looking forward to that, getting some fashion tips and tricks. And then after that, I have digital products that I will be working on, and that will take me about an hour and a half. I've been trying to schedule how I work my 5 to 9. Is I really try to work with my energy as opposed to against it. So I don't know if it was a couple of years ago, I had heard about this term called chronotype, which basically is something that describes your like natural biorhythm. I think all of us have one. And so because I'm a night owl, but I have to balance that out with, having to work a 9 to 5. So I can't truly be a night owl, but it's my nature to be a night owl. I actually use ChatGPT to craft a tentative schedule that basically based on like when my energy peaks and when it, drops. They gave me a schedule of how to do certain activities at certain times so that I can always be productive no matter what like level my energy is at. And so it is determined the night owl in me is better with creative things at night, and working a 9 to 5, I don't actually really have a choice in that, do I? But um because of that, the way that I try to balance my 9 to 5 is not just coming home and just diving heavily into, strenuous work after I have already expended energy throughout the day working at a desk and using my brain and meetings and all these different things. You don't leave me with a lot of energy to invest in myself at the end of the day. So I do try to schedule activities that actually just take advantage of where my energy is, maybe even help it raise a little bit. So like even my workouts that get done after work, that gives me somewhat of a boost of energy, so that by the time I start working on my individual products and working in my business, I have a little more energy to do that. So this evening, after this call, which I will probably also get energy from because I'll be talking with people about something that I care about, fashion, and learning how to play around with looks and play around with, being my authentic self. Like this is very much the season for me, like really truly dressing the way that I feel like dressing, in a way that feels very authentic to me. So that having that call will give me some energy. And then after that, I'll start working on my digital products, and then end it off with, well, not the end, but the end of the working period, I will be doing a little bit of Spanish, something else that I care very much about. So I'll do that. And then after that, that's when I start to settle down for the evening. I'm not going to bed yet, but because I am a night owl and it usually takes me a while to like want to get into bed and want to go to sleep, I actually have to start settling down like 2 hours before that. So that is the order of events this evening. On to my stretching. las últimas 2 décadas, la tecnología ha transformado la forma en que las personas se comunican. Anteriormente, las conversaciones eran principalmente cara a cara o por teléfono fijo. Sin embargo, hoy en día, las aplicaciones de mensajería instantánea, las redes sociales y las videollamadas permiten conectar con personas en todo el mundo en cuestión de segundos. Well, another day in the books. I am now in my nighttime routine. Well, I've already done most of my nighttime routine after I finished working on my digital products and did my Spanish. I, you saw me doing my skincare. This is a practice that I do twice a week, at least a more involved process twice a week of really digging in and doing a mask on my face and exfoliating my skin. It is for skincare, but it also is a self-care practice for me. And yeah, I get to work from home tomorrow, so I get to sleep a little bit later. And so now I'm just in a part of the evening where most of my things are done. I do have like one more thing to do before I actually like settle in bed, but my candle is lit. I'm like chilling. As you can see, I'm dressed for bed. And yeah, you know, balancing a 9 to 5 with your 5 to 9 is so normal to me that I just do it. But it is a discipline. It is a discipline, and keeping my eye on the ultimate prize, which is the day that I can live truly in my freedom to spend the day how I want to spend the day, making money in the way that I desire to make money, having a partner, having a family. Like, as I am working towards that, even in this season right now, I can still, I can hold on to that because that is my why. That is my why. And that's what gives me the drive to just keep going. So if you are a person who feels overwhelmed and trying to get out of your 9 to 5 and trying to make your way into, you know, entrepreneur life, or just more of a balanced life for you, and I'm single, you may have other responsibility, you may be married, you may have children, and that definitely adds a whole different dynamic to how you're able to balance all of that in your life and still move forward. But it can be done. It can be done. You just have to take small steps every single day, whatever step you can. Some people have the capacity to do a lot. Some people literally have the capacity to only do one thing. If you only do one thing every single day that gets you closer to that destiny, you are still moving forward. So thank you for spending the day with me, and I will see you on the next one.